Oh man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is? Tuesday. Brewsday, Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's time for Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here is Huck and Big Nate.
Aloha, Huck.
Aloha.
This is gonna be a fun Brews Day Tuesday, brought to you
Oh,
by the
yeah.
Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store. Huck's supplying the beer and the set decoration today.
My buddy.
Yeah, if you're watching on the YouTube channel or the Facebook, you can see
Mr. Krampus.
Huck's.
I thought I'd combine my two favorite spirit animals, Krampus and Bigfoot.
I like what you did there. It is. I I don't know which one to talk to. You guys look so similar.
Well, yeah,
He's much bigger.
he is bigger. I used to be. I lost some weight.
But of course, we got beer as well. You decided we needed to do a big old barley wine show, do we not?
Did we? Did Yes, we do. So it's hard to find four barley wines. So I did. I had to work at it. And this one I've got is Off Color Brewing, who they're pretty good people. And it's a barley wine coming in around 9%. And it's got actually got a Christmas tree on it here, along with some other stuff. Aqua Regia. Sure that means something in Latin or whatever language
I'm
that
sure
is.
aqua has something to do with water,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Regal water, maybe. I don't know. Read.
well, aqua regia is a corrosive, fuming, and highly toxic mixture of concentrated nitric and hydrochloric acids that is used to dissolve noble metals like gold, platinum, and palladium. Maybe don't drink that.
Well, there's like some mice, blind mice, three blind mice, it looks like, and they've got a chemistry set up there. So I'd say we're good to go.
Uh,
All I've been through, I can pretty much survive anything.
it does it in Latin. It's royal water.
See, that's what happens when you're really old. You don't remember anything, but you just have an idea about stuff.
I don't know Latin. Yeah, I mean you were pretty close.
So when I was in 11th grade English, my English teacher was big on the Latin roots of words, and see some of that sunk in. Plus, my wife's an English teacher, and they all like to talk about the Latin roots. You ever play that connections game on the internet, New York Times? Anyway, you have to. It's like four things, four sets of four things. Really easy to really hard. I call it BS, the hard one usually, because it doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway, we do that every day. It's kind of a competition, and sometimes one of us busts, but in one we had everybody bust. But whenever it's about grammar or parts of speech or prefixes or suffixes, which it is a lot, I never get it. And she always does. I am better at it than I would have been if I hadn't been married to her all these years.
She's rigging it in her favor. I've got the Sierra Nevada Bigfoot barley wine style ale coming in at 9.6 ABV, and I mean I found Bigfoot. I don't know why everyone's
Yeah, he's right there.
is right there and doesn't even blend into the trees at all.
I was Bigfoot for Halloween,
Yes, you were.
but everybody thought I was somebody else. I can't remember.
Oh, I didn't hear that anybody thought you were anybody
It was
else.
something from The Walking Dead, some guy on The Walking Dead.
Ah,
Apparently, I look like him as well. Um, all the little princesses and Elsa's and all knew I was Bigfoot. And then I even had little feet with hairy toes. Everybody said that was unnecessary. I could just use my own feet. But hey, that's what Huck does. Huck does what Huck does.
this is true.
So I wanted to have, I think Christmas is a big, big holiday, arguably the biggest. I don't know. Arguably.
I don't know, man. Arbor Day is a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. Everybody wants a tree. Um, so I thought I'd go big with big beer. And it's big, dark, flavorful, spicy beer, just like the food and the drink and the fun, the presents sometimes. And a lot of people don't know about Krampus, so we're gonna delve into that a little bit so we can enlighten our folks. I started to call them idiots, but that'd be mean.
That
But
would be mean. That would
but
be bullying.
that would
You
it be?
can't do that.
I can't. No, I think I can now.
Okay.
Yeah, now everything's on the table again. We can do whatever we want. But that's another argument we don't need to have. So yeah, I thought we would explain what Krampus is. Of course, I've been reading a book on it, and apparently Krampus is a lot of things. What's your thoughts?
So my first real introduction to Krampus was a movie that came out in 2015
Saw
called
it twice.
Krampus. Love that movie. It's one of my favorite like movies to watch around the holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a sucker for Adam Scott. Um, other than that, like I don't know a lot around the culture. I know they have like their wild parades in Austria and Germany, and I always like see the videos of that. It's like, man, why do we not have anything like that here?
Actually, it's growing here more and more. We're seeing it. Philadelphia does one, a big one. This big one in, I'm trying to remember, Miami or somewhere, and they talk about how there's like different characters. Of course, there's Krampus, and then there's the Father Christmas. He's kind of in charge, and then there's some angels, and that the angels wear bikinis in Miami. And then there's two other characters. One of them is the basket guy, and the basket traditionally was where you put the bad children.
Yeah.
But they fill it up in the real Krampus in this small part of Austria where they do it. It's only like one town. They go to house, and they go in the house, Father Christmas and the angel and the basket guy, and the people all line up behind a dining room table, and the Krampi, that's where Krampus is, all come in and hide in the hallway or outside on the porch. And so the Father Christmas asks the children if they've been bad or good. And if they've been good, they get a treat. If they've been bad, they unleash the Krampi. And they come in and, I forgot a prop. I'll bring it for the second half. And they come in and they raise heck and they say for bear. And they have whips, switches. And I was reading there's a whole thing about what they can use now. You know, it used to be they just had sticks and whacked everybody. Can't do that anymore. And then they had oxtails, but apparently they have a hard cartilage inside. So now they only use like horse hair tails because they don't really hurt. And they whip the adults more than the kids, and somehow the adults seem to like it. I'm not going to go there either. We all know what that means. But I mean, it's just kind of a fun thing. But there you go. That's the
Can very easily turn very dark and very traumatic.
well, that's the nucleus thing. Now, that being said, these guys, and there's guys in Austria, Salzburg, and you can go on the internet and search it. And they make these costumes, and their pants are like big hay bales, and they wear these bells on their back, homemade bells, and they have horns and masks. So initially, the masks were carved with wood a certain way. Anyway, it went around and around, and now people are doing modern stuff. And if you go back to where they do the original, you're not allowed in there with any modern stuff. They'll walk you to the door, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some of these costumes you see, like I'm of course little spoiler for everyone out there in the listening world. I'm definitely double tasking here and researching Krampus because it's a fascinating culture, but some of these costumes are like so intricate. Like I know cosplaying's a thing, so you go to like all the different comic conventions, you travel around. I mean, Krampus Nacht comes once a year. And you would put so much attention to detail into the costume that you only get to wear it once. I'm wearing that to work, baby.
Well, actually, I was reading about it, and they'll do the original, the diehard traditionalist Krampi only do it on the 5th and the 6th. The 6th is Saint Christopher,
It's Feast of Saint Nicholas.
Feast of Saint Nicholas. So the eve of the feast and the day of the feast is when the Krampus run wild. But it's got to be such a tourist attraction that they're running like in Salzburg and some of the bigger cities. They're running 4 a day parades.
Got the matinee.
Yeah,
Still good. I brought the family back for the PM showing.
And they have, that's ones you'll see on the internet. But they have drums, bells, and whistles. And they make the drums out of gas tanks. It's hilarious. Yeah. And they weld chains to them. I hope they emptied the gas out first. They weld chains to them and wear them around their neck, and they beat on them with like sticks or whatever. But everything's pretty much homemade. It's an exciting time.
It's definitely a wild parade. Yeah, like, do yourself a favor, when we're done talking about it, go watch video of one of the parades because it's a wild something I would like to experience at least once.
I think they do one in Richmond, actually. Richmond,
Wow.
Virginia.
If they're doing it this Thursday night, we may have to head on out there.
There you go.
Make a trip for a Krampus parade.
Road trip.
How does barley wine tie into this at all?
It's big and rich and loud.
All right, I like it. I can live with that. Yeah, this is a fact. You can go through and check if you don't believe me. The only times I've ever had barley wine have been with Huck. It's amazing because you say it's hard to find, and it really is. So I always love when like you bring them in because
I've made a couple barley wines. The average beer, a normal beer like a Pilsner, Pilsner lagers are different, but a normal craft beer, a pale ale, a 6% pale ale takes a month, if that, 3 weeks. You can drink it after a week and a half. A bigger beer like a stout, or you get up around the 9%, 8-9% range, takes about 6 weeks. A barley wine takes 90 days to make. So if you're a brewery that's doing business, you're not going to load up a fermenter for 90 days. You're not going to do it. So there's very few places that still make barley wines. Most of them smaller breweries. I mean, Off Color is pretty big, and so is
Sierra Nevada.
But they probably don't make, 600 gallons barrels. They probably make 60 barrels of it.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that the indicator is anytime you put the year like in letters, 2024 Bigfoot.
Right.
It's obviously going to be like it's a one-off. It's a small batch.
Right.
Grab it if you see it.
Yeah, if you see one, get it. I think the Bigfoot's pretty good. We'll find out here in a second.
You know what? Okay, so on Untapped, he's Huck's Beer Buzz. I'm Big Nate Danger, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it another sip because we've been talking so much Krampus.
Yeah, well, this is the Off Color, and it's good. I mean, it's a little bit boozy, which it is, but at 9%, one would expect that it's usually a barley wine doesn't show the alcohol as strongly as this one is. Other than that, the color's good. The got nice lacing. It's well attenuated. It's not too sweet. It's good beer. I'm going to give it a 4.25.
Sierra Nevada is one of those breweries for me that they're not going to put it out if it's hot garbage. They're just not. It's a quality, reliable product, and this is a 5. It's really well balanced. The hop notes are really well finished, really coming through, and it's got like a crisp flavor. This to me would be like a Christmas Eve beer. You drink it,
right,
and
right.
then you go night. So yeah, 5 for Sierra Nevada's Bigfoot. In the meantime, we got more barley wine to drink, and we've got more Krampus to talk about. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's play a tune, and then
I think we should play I Am Santa.
All right. Little Bob Rivers. We can do that. And then more Brewsday Tuesday brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant 6-Pack Store on 105.3 The Bear.